was dancing when I was 12. I was dancing when I was 12.
It's a simple tale and well told about a boy's struggle.
Well, don't just stand there, Elliot.
I think many of us experience the idea of the family as a battleground. The problems he's got on his plate is his mother's dead, his family obviously are in a degree of crisis. The miners' strike begins as the film starts, so a further community crisis happens. And on top of all that, he tries to discover a means of expressing himself, which he eventually does through dance.
Everything's kind of closed and grim at home, you know, and things are very difficult. And this is... The thing about dance is that it's an opening, you know, and a trust and an opening out.
And 1, and 2, and 3.
He has to give some keys back to the teacher, to Mrs. Wilkinson. So he gives her the keys and she's not interested. And so he's watching them and then she kind of like knocks his elbow a bit saying, do you want to try? Do you want to try? And he's no, he says he doesn't want to, he's fine, he's all right. But then eventually she pushes him so much that like he actually starts wearing ballet shoes.
3 part of ball and a 1, 2, 3 part of ball ring.
You! Out! Now!
I beg your pardon?
He thinks that the ballet, getting involved in ballet dancing, something so clearly effeminate, will lead to his son becoming a homosexual. And this just does not happen in mining communities.
Lads do football or boxing or...
What about that Wayne Sleep? He was a ballet dancer.
Wayne Sleep?
Aye.
Listen, from now on you can forget about the ballet. You can forget about the boxing as well.
In the North East there isn't really a lot to offer for like up and coming young North East actors. So I thought well, in the same position as Billy, Billy thinks if he doesn't do something that's going to change his life forever, he'll go down the pit, he'll end up like his dad and his brother. So in a way, yeah, I thought myself personally that I'm going to have to do something that's going to lift me out of here.
I think that it's very easy for anyone to identify with a story of struggle of any individual, in this case a young child, trying to find a way of either expressing themselves or finding a way of realising their full potential through difficult circumstances.
Okay, and action, Jamie!
The film is set during the miners' strike for a number of reasons. One is that it's essentially an enclosed, tightly knit community that becomes under extreme threat.
Get inside, come on!
And of course the miners' strike was a great turning point in our post-war domestic life in this country.
84 was when, you know, the mines were destroyed. Was, you know, that's when Thatcher decided she was going to destroy the miners.
It was probably the biggest industrial dispute in the last 20 years, and it changed the whole course of industrial disputes thereafter. It was the end of mining in this country as we knew it, and and with the end of mining, it was also the end of community, which is what the film deals with in a sense, in two senses. You know, Billy's losing his community and the community themselves are disintegrating.
I didn't know what a picket line was, I didn't know what a scab was, I didn't know anything about it. But Stephen, the director, told me a lot about it as well, as we were going along, so like Billy could get there.
I think that the idea of a very strong male society in which a child tries to emerge, trying to do something really quite difficult that would challenge a whole range of different stereotypes was important to Lee, the writer. I think that what's interesting about the character in the film, and indeed Jamie, who plays the character, is that both have a determination to achieve something, and actually both have a gift. And the exploration of that gift and the pursuit of that gift, partly through the encouragement of, in Jamie's case, his family, his mother, and in the boy's case in the film, the dancing teacher, in a sense pushes the child to realise their full potential.
Miss, I can't do it.
That's because you're not concentrating.
I am concentrating.
You're not even trying.
I am, miss.
It was a bit of a task to try to find a child that could do the dancing and come from the northeast, that was at the right age. And at many points during that process, we weren't convinced we'd ever find a child from a particular geographic area that could do everything that we wanted to do, and we felt had the tenacity and determination to see through the whole process of a film, which is a very arduous and difficult task. And in this particular circumstance, the film very much hanging on the performance of the child.
What we were looking for was something very specific. We weren't looking for a stage school kid, we were looking for somebody who came from that sort of background. It was quite difficult saying, OK, can we find a kid who lives in the Newcastle area that has no formal training and who could dance in the way that Jamie could? And so we got very close to not making the film.
Once we realised that Jamie was going to be able to persuade the audience that he could be a fantastic ballet talent, what we didn't really know at that stage was how well he would act. And at that point it was over to Stephen Daldry, and we knew that Jamie was in the best hands possible.
Not many 13-year-old boys get a chance to, like, well, to be on a film set anyway, but like have the main part it's quite a big leap from one place to the other.
With film, I think you're being seen under a microscope. He doesn't see himself as carrying a film. You know, I think he sees himself as being Billy, you know, every day. And he's never done acting before, so this is all a new experience. He's enjoying it.
Peter Dallin, the choreographer, was a different kind of dancing to what I've ever done before. Because when I used to dance on stage, I used to have to, like, smiley face, sparkly costumes and all this dancing kind of thing. But what Peter Dallin, the choreographer, showed me was that it's not about that. The dance is about you, yourself. You have to express yourself through the dancing, and that's what Billy does.
So good at rhythm. And whereas perhaps with someone else you might pursue a more, I don't know, elegiac piece of music. With Jamie, he responds very well to rhythm.
There was this time when I got dragged to a competition and there was this girl dancing and the music, I could hear the music because I really like music, I was into jazz and all that stuff, and I could hear the music, and it was obvious that she had to dance in time with the rhythm to the music, and she wasn't doing it. She was missing beats all over the place, and I'm like, that's not right, it isn't. I could hear it, and I was thinking to myself, that isn't right. So I said to my mum, I can do better than that. So she said, fine, I'll get you a pair of tap shoes and you can go on Saturday. When it first got out that I was dancing, the lads at school were a bit, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, Jamie, it's not right, it's for girls. You should be playing football, you should be hanging around with us, not going to dance classes. With Billy, it's more violent, I think. His dad really does take it out of him when he really pushes him against the door and stuff, and he doesn't like it at all.
The Royal Ballet. I'm not having any brother of mine running around like a right twat for your gratification.
Excuse me, this is not for my gratification.
When I was dancing, I kind of felt I need a bit more, I need to do this, I need to do that. I need to give them something what they want so they'll applaud me at the end. Whereas Billy did it for himself and he kept it inside.
Everyone was against me doing it, like him, like his family, you know, doing acting. They all thought it was, and everyone thought, because I'd never done any acting. I'd never belonged to a club or anything. So I used to impersonate people, that's all they knew. You know, so they just, well, that's not, you know, what's she talking about? What have we reared here, you know, my mother used to say. She'd be in the gutter before she's 20, God help us. And I think she did become proud when I was on television.
The parallel between Jamie and Billy, that there was a desire within Jamie to break free. The chance is a fantastic opportunity, and he loves it. And that seems to me the most, you know, I've watched him just completely blossom.
Big 3-week rehearsal period with like Julie and the choreographer, and then I came in and we danced together.
I saw the dance they wanted me to do. I felt ill. I can't do that. I said, you're joking. And they said, oh no, you'll learn it, it's fine. I said, no, I can't do that. I couldn't possibly do those steps.
This film's all about acting, it's all about performance, it's all about interrelationships. So unless you surrounded Billy with a strong enough team, you know, I think, one, it wouldn't have been believable, and two, it wouldn't have been as interesting.
For Stephen Daldry, putting the actors first was his main goal, a technique derived from his previous experience as one of England's top theatre directors.
Stephen's fantastic. He just, you know, he just opens everything up, and it's just so relaxed and it's so creative.
You owe me 50 pence.
No, I don't.
You do. Why don't you bring it along next week?
I can't. I'm going to boxing.
But you're crap at boxing?
No, I'm not.
Shut up.
It's a very different way of working. Partly because so much of it is dependent on the director in a way that the theatre is a much more collective and collegiate process, which in the theatre it allows you to not to know necessarily what you're doing at any one particular moment, and actually it's almost a source of strength to say, well, I don't know. Whereas in the movies, the bloodhounds just smell blood at that moment, and they're just ready to go for you if you don't know what you're doing.
When we knew that Stephen was going to get fantastic performances, and I suppose the big question, again, with any first-time director, is what are they going to be like on the visuals? But I think the way that the film kind of stands out, and there's something, an exceptional quality, is something that Stephen's brought to him. And I think that he's kind of given it a kind of slight enhanced reality that maybe, you know, a kind of other directors would have missed, and I think that Stephen's brought a lot to it.
He certainly brought a sense of humour to it, yeah, and you can see that in the scenes where the kids are walking down the street talking, and they drag a stick across the shields.
Blue light?
What about
that sort of stuff was never in the script.
Well, but with Stephen, you know, we work out the scene and act it. We write little bits and put bits in, and, you know, we have the ideas, oh, let's do this, you know, and change it totally. And, you know, it was wonderful. Love that.
It was quite scary, actually, and when I saw the Universal thing go around, heart starts going like this, and then, yeah, I actually see the record going on the thing, and I have to actually fold my arms, because I think it's going to actually jump out my body, so I kind of crossed my arms, but it was quite scary, but after the first scene, I was fine.
It was fantastically exciting, the London premiere. It was, I mean, I didn't realise how kind of tense I was about it till it actually started and got underway and got a fantastic response. We can't express really how proud we are of the film and how excited and astonished in a way that it's gone down as well as it has.
We're still surprised that audiences are responding so well to the film. Not just in this country, but I've just come from 3 weeks in America, and it's just very odd going from Chicago to Arizona to, you know, Los Angeles and finding audiences laughing at our jokes or crying at our moments. And it'll be fantastic if it is as universal as it seems to be.